Hello, Planet Earth. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. We're at IDK, my BFF Jill 730. I'm Preston L. Young, wishing you warm salutations and congratulations, you've made your way to the Buffington Post. Today we are going to be doing a Buffy the Vampire Slayer comic review for Buffy the Vampire Slayer Season 10, Issue number 16. It's called Old Demons Part 1. Sorry, Rob didn't get in the traditional cover, so all I had was the variant. Womp, womp. But, yeah, pretty good issue. We will be continuing the theme of let's invent new situations every month that conveniently incapacitate Willow. So anyway, here we go. It's Buffy the Vampire Slayer Season 10, Issue number 16, Old Demons.
A long time ago, we used to be friends, but I haven't thought of you lately at all. Come on now, sugar, bring it on, yeah. Just remember me when we used to be friends. A long time ago, we used to be friends.
Okay, so basically, Angel and Spike have both been having these crazy making dreams where they think they're killing people, but they're not because the progenitor of their entire vampire lineage is actually killing folk and transferring the images of these killings into their minds so that it's making them crazy. So right now, Angel is coming over to San Fran. Okay, so we pick up with Buffy and Giles is basically explaining to us the difference between demon lords and old ones. This is a problem that I brought up in my last issue review, which was number 15. I was wondering, how are these old ones coming back into being? Well, they are not old ones, they are actually demon lords. Old ones are like the primordial forces that kind of embody the forces of evil, like Illyria. And Giles says they wouldn't try to hide any more than a hurricane or a tsunami. But demon lords, even though they're a bit less powerful, they are super powerful, but they use cunning and strategy. So basically, the sculptor, the siren mistress, the soul calamari glutton, and this Arceus are all demon lords, and yeah, that is the difference between what they are and actual old ones. So yay, they still don't know how it is that all of these demon lords are amassing, and so they do need to solve this Arceus problem pretty quickly. So Spike is, a bit antsy about Angel coming in because every time Angel and Buffy get together, they get together. Alright? Spike is like, I might be Buffy's boyfriend, but the Slayer doesn't belong to anybody, or she wouldn't be who she is. So yeah, he's a bit worried about this, and we actually find out that Angel got all beaten into a bloody pulp, not by Buffy, but by Xander. When Angel snapped Giles' neck down at the Seat of Wonder, Buffy was all like crying in a ball of her own emotion. And yeah, Xander apparently, this is where his anger issues started like really coming out. He was all angry during season 9. Well, yeah, it started with him beating the shit out of Angel. And so this is something we didn't know. And it's at this point that he kind of divulges this information to Dawn, who also didn't know. And Dawn subsequently finds out that Xander has been seeing this shrink or whatever called Dr. Mike. And so Dawn's like, oh, why didn't you tell me about this? I could tell that something was up with you. I'm so glad that, we're not trying to be together anymore so that we can really talk and be honest. And Xander's like, yay, woohoo. So Spike is like fed up. He doesn't want to sit around and wait for Angel. He's like, I'm out of here. Buffy and Giles are like, wait, dude, wait. And he says, no, I'm not going to sit around here and wait for Angel. There's nothing that he can do that I can't, so I'm out of here. So Buffy's like, hold on. She takes him aside and she's like, look, dude, Angel, you don't need to be worried about that. I'm here with you. And he says, well, every time you guys get together, look at the last time. And she says, yeah, Twilight tried to bring us together to give birth to itself. It's crazy. But, Angel, he's always going to be a part of my past. But you are part of my now, Spike, so just shut up and kiss me. Okay, so Spike is like, oh, sorry, I was losing my cool, and Dawn's like, very smooth, Buffy, you handled that very well. And Buffy's like, I just don't know how to feel. Angel's coming back. I've loved him. I killed him, I've hated him, and now I really don't know how to feel, and that scares me most of all. So then here comes Willow. She's brought Angel into the house. And this issue is called Old Demons, Part 1, but it may as well just be called Awkward, the issue, because there are so many moments of just straight up awkward. Angel comes in, it's all weird. He goes to shake Buffy's hand, she goes to hug him, and then they're like, oh. And then they kind of realize, oh, shit, we're so dumb. And they hug it out. So Angel wants to take a minute to talk to Buffy and make sure that they're okay, because, they haven't seen one another since he killed Giles. So he's like, hey, can we talk? She's like, yeah, we should probably do that. So he's like, okay, I'm so sorry. Like, there are so many things that I should have done differently, or that I shouldn't have done at all, or that I should have done and just didn't do. And I'm really sorry for killing Giles. And she goes, hey, you brought him back, so thank you. I appreciate that. And he's like, yeah, but I didn't even think about how it would affect Giles. And look, now he's a kid and all this good stuff. And she says, hey, it's cool. I should have let you know earlier that I understand the difference between you and Twilight, and the decisions you made weren't completely your own, and all this good stuff. She's like, we're good. At least, I hope we are. And Spike, who's listening outside the door, is invited in to be presented to Angel. And basically, Buffy's like, yeah, Spike's my boyfriend. So Angel gets really upset about this because he feels like they've just totally blindsided him. They could have told him this, before he came here. And Buffy's like, okay, no, that's not how mature people work. Spike says, oh yeah, because everybody around here is so mature. She's like, look, dude, if you're not even going to try to be mature. And Angel's like, look, no, it's fine. And Buffy knows it's not, but he's like, I said it's fine. So anyway, the awkward continues. Giles asks about how Faith is doing because he feels a little bad about how he left her. Faith brought him to San Francisco to Buffy, and he was like, bye, Faith. Hey, Buffy. And so this left Faith feeling pretty much like shit about herself. And Angel's like, oh, don't worry about her. She's great. She's in Magic Town. It's a little crazy over there, but she's really doing well. And Giles is like, oh, okay. And I like this because Giles really hasn't brought up Faith all season, or at least not since he's been back with Buffy. And I feel bad for both Giles and Faith that this whole part of their character, the relationship that they have with one another, has just been kind of dropped. Xander brings up what's going on in order to break the tension in the room. So he's like, hey, wacky dreams, have you been having them? And Angel says yes. And it's really weird because when I was having these dreams, it was of me killing in a convent. And he's like, Arceus must know that about me, that, that was my thing, because he must have wanted me to doubt myself. And so Spike says, yeah, and the thing is, we're probably the only two of his children with souls, and he probably wants to go ahead and fuck with us, so that he can either get us out of the way or get us under his throw. So whatever, they're going to go out to find Arceus. And then Giles brings up the fact that this could be exactly what Arceus wants. Bringing his two powerful, soulful children together and to him. And he's like, maybe we should all go and look for Arceus while Angel and Spike stay here in the apartment together. Well, that brings a no and a big hell no from Spike. Am I wrong? No. So they go out into the hallway. They're talking about the tunnel systems, how they might be able to find Arceus since he sprang up out of the ground. He's probably in the tunnels somewhere. And they're trying to figure out how to go about finding him. Well, then they are totally attacked by this crazy lizard demon with an exoskeleton that shoots out poisonous barbs. Okay. So, holy crap, here comes the demon, and Willow comes in. She's like, back the fuck off. And then she gets shot with one of the poison barbs and starts foaming at the mouth, and Giles has to go in and work some magic on her. So they're trying to give Willow and Giles cover so that they can get her to safety, and apparently Willow had put some magical barriers on their apartments, an enchantment basically that demons couldn't get in without an invitation. And so there's like this protective barrier. Xander gets Giles to pull Willow into his apartment. So Buffy, Spike, and Angel are left to fight this crazy lizard demon with the bony exoskeleton. Super awkward, right? Because, like, Spike and Angel, their bodies are dead, and so they're not going to be affected by the poison. And Angel's trying to keep Buffy behind him so that she doesn't get shot with the poison. And she's like, dude, I can handle this. So they start just fumbling all over one another. They're falling down, they're just fighting like stupid people, and they're like, shit, we're so rusty at this, but time to shake it off. So they get together, Buffy, Spike, and Angel work together to basically throw the demon, because its exoskeleton is so hard. They corner it and fling it into Xander's apartment, where it has to go through the barrier spell. And once it does, it catches fire because of the enchantment around Xander's apartment. And so it catches fire, they corner it, and they strike a blow great enough to kill it. And so the three of them are working together. Willow comes in. She's magically been healed now that the fight's over. And she and Giles start doing their mojo to try and figure out where this dude came from. And so this particular demon is actually like a suicide mission demon that are used in like inter-hell conflicts. And basically what they find out is that this dude came in from a dimension he ought not be able to get in to our dimension from. You feel me? And so we find out that Arceus is controlling a portal of some kind, either an actual portal or some kind of mystical artifact. Maybe pieces of the broken seed that, Spike was all looking for. I'm thinking that might have something to do with it. But anyway. So, yeah. Arceus has control over this portal, and basically what he's doing is he is letting different demons onto our plane of existence if they will help him. He's like, I give you a little something and you give me a little something. And so Arceus is basically like this demon mob boss, okay? And so they're like, okay, well, we need to go to this portal and, kick Arceus's ass. We need to find him real quick. And we need to do this fast because we have, been working so hard to protect the barriers between realities, and here's Arceus, he's just undermining everything that we're doing when we're writing the new rules of magic. And so we need to take care of this quickly. Xander points out that Arceus has probably already figured that that's the conclusion that they would come to, and they're probably walking into a trap. This is probably exactly what Arceus wants. And we end the issue with Buffy saying that, well, he's going to have to learn what we learned when we were writing the rules of magic. You'd better be real careful what you wish for. And so I like this issue overall. I was wondering, how are we going to deal with the actual awkwardness of Buffy, Spike, and Angel? And this issue does exactly that. It says, okay, we're going to deal with the awkwardness. We're going to, by the end of the issue, have Buffy, Spike, and Angel fighting together competently to destroy a foe that they didn't think that they could do. The demon being poisonous and having this bony exoskeleton, it's hard to kill. It's hard to get over these facts that Angel has this history, that he killed Giles, that he and Spike have this rivalry forever. It seems to be this indestructible thing, these problems within their interpersonal relationships. And this demon comes along to say, no, you can overcome these seemingly indestructible problems. And so I do like that. I don't like that Willow has once again been neutered. Every issue this season, Willow has just been kind of, oh, can't go after Arceus right now, we'll find him later. Oh, I can't figure out the new magic, I'll figure it out later. Oh, I just got shot by this poisonous barb, help me out later. oh, Arceus just flew me across the room. Why don't I just do a little bit of magic to destroy the building? Like I said, I have a real problem with the fact that Willow is not the Sorceress Supreme anymore, and that's debatable, but this season we've not seen Willow do much of anything, and it's really pissing me off. Whatever happened to Willow's tech job, okay? Didn't she have a job at some tech company? What happened to that? So, I do like I said, that Giles is kind of keeping everybody focused and that he is also thinking about Faith. I hope we get a little bit more to do with Giles later on this season. I also really like this turn for Xander, the idea that he's been going to a shrink because he's got all these anger issues that his parents and, growing up on a Hellmouth are like to do to you. I do like that, and I like that he was kind of ashamed to let Dawn know that he needed help. And so I did enjoy that, and I have to say that when Angel's around, Spike just doesn't look as cool. I really appreciate Buffy, but in my heart of hearts, like whenever I see Buffy and Angel together, I'm just like, where have you been? I love when they hug it out. And it's not about the romance. It's about the fact that Angel really understands Buffy, I think, better than Spike ever will. It has nothing to do with, the time in their lives that they met. It really doesn't. I think these are two characters who understand each other way better than Spike, I think, could understand Buffy. And yes, Buffy understands Spike in a very real way, but I don't think he really gets her the way Angel does. I mean, it's debatable. Comment below. Argue it out down there. But yeah, I did enjoy this issue. It had a few... At first I was like, is this all we're doing with this issue? But by the end I realized it's so important to actually get these guys working together before we go and fight Arceus, right? So I did enjoy it. I'm looking forward to seeing what's going on with these characters moving forward. Angel and Faith is going to be coming out in like a couple weeks, and I'm really excited to see Fred and Faith together as a team. It's been probably what I've been most looking forward to all season because those characters are so very different, and I'm really interested to see that. So that's pretty much all for today. Let me know what you thought of this issue in the comment section below. Please like, share, subscribe, and as always, question. Share me out to your other Buffy fans. We're few and far between. Help each other out. I hope you're having a great 2015 so far, everybody. You can come right back to the Buffington Post anytime. I've got more Buffy reviews, Angel and Faith reviews, Buffyverse discussions. You can check out my Season 8 coverage, which is ongoing. We just hit issue number 30. Yeah, have a great day, and we will see you next time.